Right, I believe I have everything set up as I want it. Again, for people that have tuned in a lot of times, got a 2-screen setup, which is why I'm not looking over there, because I'm making sure that everything's as it should be, which I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure. But yeah, welcome to the latest Nomad Games Talisman stream. If anyone hasn't tuned in before, we'd like to have a nice chill time here. Because if you're going to play Talisman, you might as well have some fun and chill. Alright, got the music up, because we like to have some nice chill music in the background, just to not set the mood, but you know what I mean. Just so you don't just have to listen to my voice. Because, you know, when I'm playing games, I quite like to listen to something. Yeah, welcome to the stream. I'm going to start a new game, because I can't remember where I was up to on the previous ones. So, I might as well pick something new. What have I even got set up so far? Right. Let's check my destinations. I've also got a weird, thin setup. I need to adjust the way that the stream's laid out, because I'm trying to make stream setups for all of our different games. So like when we're streaming Talisman, we've got our own setup for that, but I feel like I need to still tweak a couple of things. I remember what I was doing. So the last time I played, I was playing with all legendary decks on, and all the expansions that were related to those legendary decks. So I'm trying to think what would be fun to do. I think it might be fun to see if there's any... Let's play with the dragon, because the dragon's one of the expansions that I very rarely play with, and I feel like there's not too much going on already, so that should be okay. Like, it's an expansion that I need to understand more, that's for sure. Alright, who we got? Who we got from the dragon expansion? Minotaur. You may stampede and add the highest of movement die to your strength until the end of the battle. 2 or more dragons are an equal distance away. You choose which dragon to move to. Whenever you engage an enemy in battle, you may make a death blow. Roll 2 die and add them together to determine your attack roll. If you make a death blow and roll doubles, you are automatically defeated regardless of your attack score. Oh, I like Fire Wizard. Oh, that's interesting. So, Fire Wizard is only at the start of your turn that you gain a spell, whereas the Conjurer is one of those characters that just always has at least one spell. I'm going to go with a Conjurer, because I've never played them before, and I feel like that will be a fun way to play. Yeah, so I know how the Dragon expansion works, but because it adds so much to the game, often I will just play without it. But I feel like if I can understand it a little bit better, it'll be fun. So let's do that. Right. While that's loading. Okay, cool. Varthrax, Cadorus, and Grillpus represent the contenders for the Crown of Command. When a Draconic Lord seizes control of the crown, he becomes the Dragon King for a time, until another Draconic Lord usurps him and becomes the next Dragon King. And what I realised is that I probably just kept the normal boring ending on. I think I'd rather have something a bit more fun. Alright, yeah, because the default one is the Crown of Command, which is fine, but it's not the most... It's not the most fun. Let's go for a revealed ending, because now I should be able to... Yeah, I can turn them on. So I don't normally look at the different endings. What comes with the dragon? Discard a talisman. You are killed. I win the game. Okay, so you need to fight the Dragon King. That's quite cool. I think I like the idea of fighting the Dragon King. Confront the Dragon King. Immediately attack the Dragon King. Yeah, let's do Dragon King. I'm cool with that. You guys are cool with that? Is there anything else I want to do? Let's go. No more lives? No, I suppose because we've got Dragon King, we don't really need that, do we? Let's play with the Dragon Tower. Yeah, let's play with that. Yeah, because last time I played some Talisman for you all. I played with some of our lovely community over on our Discord, and we spent quite some time going through all of the house rules just to make sure that everything was set up as it should be. And as someone that doesn't play with a lot of house rules, it really helped me realise just how much people actually use the house rules. So I'm going to start doing it more. Let me just make sure on our social media, as I'm the person that runs it, everyone knows that we've gone live. We're officially live. Tried to find a spicy GIF. Couldn't find a spicy GIF. And then I want to post this on the Nomad Discord, because that's the coolest place to be. Stream announcements. Watch. So come on down to yeah. We've got a stream announcements channel on our Discord, just because it's an easy way to let everyone that's online know that I am also online in the world of Talisman. Alright, I think that's everything I wanted to set up. So, let's start the game. Alright, draw a spell. Sleep. A tasty sleep. Dragon Scale will be placed on the Draconic Lord it belongs to. Once the Draconic Lord has 3 Dragon Scales placed on his card, it will become the Dragon King. Alright, so currently we've got Grillpuss. Right. What's your Dragon Rage effect? Discard one of your spells. If you don't have any spells, lose 1 life instead. Discard one of your objects and discard one of your followers. Okay, so each of them care about something different. That's easy enough. Let's go. I'm good, aren't I? Yes, alignment is good. So I can gain a life or gain a spell. Yeah, let's do that. Pray 4. That's fine. That's fine. Something I've learned playing Talisman quite a bit over the last month is sometimes if nothing happens to you, that can actually be alright. Like, there's worse things that can happen to you than nothing. Also, for anyone that's wondering where the latest Nomad monthly roundup is, I'm doing it as we speak. As we speak, I'm going to finish it today, so I can update you all on what cool stuff we've been doing over the past month. Alright, what we got? So I can't remember what it is that actually makes the dragon token appear. I'm assuming it's an event, but I can't actually remember. Oof. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yep, steal that money. Resolve those 2 tokens. So Arthax is now the Dragon King. Cool. So that's the Crown of Command, Dragon Tower. I can't remember what each of the yeah, you just have to draw loads of cards, don't you? Okay. That's a bit more interesting than just the regular Crown of Command ending. Means a couple of different things are possible to happen. Alright, let's make Goblin Shaman have a bad time. Let's make the Goblin Shaman have a bad of time as possible. But yeah, so in the latest Nomad news, what do we go over? Yep, we're still working on Catan. So Catan is still going as good as we said it was previously. We've made some quite good progress over the last month, just in terms of a mixture of fleshing out things that we were working on already, and also just making things look as they should, and also a bit of design stuff. So, for example, we had trading working in Catan, but it was like super bare bones. So over the last month, we've sort of expanded on it and made it work more as it should. Good afternoon, A Foxbird. Welcome to the chill stream. So we've been working on Catan mostly this month. As people will know, we've got Catan at the moment, and then we've got Catan at the moment, and we've also got Project Peanut Butter and Project Jelly, but we've mainly been working on Catan over the last week. So Glitter and Gorge, not to say we're not working on those other things, but that's mainly what we've been working on. Later today I'll share the news update, so if you follow us on socials or on our Discord or anywhere that we are, you should see it. What else have we been working on this month? We put out some new legendary decks. Not new legendary decks, what am I talking about? We put out some new bundles for legendary decks on Steam. So you know how Steam has the build your own bundle? No, not build your own bundle. My brain's just completely gone. Steam has the complete your collection bundle, where if you already own something on Steam, it's part of a bundle. You can get whatever you don't own at a discounted price, or if you don't own either of them, you can get them all at a discounted price. So we've put together each legendary deck with the expansion that it's related to in a bundle. So for example, you can get the City Legendary bundle, which has got the City expansion and the City Legendary deck. So if you already have the City, but you haven't picked up the Legendary deck, you can get the Legendary deck for a discount. Or if you want both, you can do it that way. Just like we had a chat internally about how many different bundles that we want to put on Steam and how we don't want to overwhelm it. But I think we've settled on the idea that if people have more options, if people... A hag? An entire hag? So I now need to visit, the village mystic. But luckily, I can do that fairly easily because I've got the Eyes of the Hawk. Cool. So I will... Grave Robber. Howdy, geeky chappy. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Chill Talisman stream. In terms of cool talisman stuff that I can talk about, so a lot of you will remember about, how long ago was it now? 2 months ago? We put out a survey to ask people what future stuff they'd like to see in Talisman, and this month we've properly sat down and gone through those results, seen what people wanted, and just had some internal chats about what should we do next. We're still not 100% sure on what we want to do. We've got some good ideas, but still not 100%. I also realised I'm slightly skew-if in this position. Let me see if I can... Sorted. It's hard to play the game and also keep an eye on where I'm at, but I'm now... Problem solved. Can I make myself bigger, actually? Just have a nice little tom down the side. This is fine, as long as I don't move too much. No, I think that actually works okay. Working on the fly. Yeah, I set the description to watch the devs get turned into toads, because that happens quite a bit. We also talked internally about, in our last stream, I specifically got killed by one of the players I was playing with. And for anyone that doesn't know, we have a trophy and not trophy. My words are just not coming out today. We have a challenge system that gives you things to customize your profile. So you can get avatars, you can get titles, you can get lots of cool stuff. But I was thinking it'd be really cool if you could get a special title just for taking out a Nomad dev. Like, I think that would be quite cool. Encounter space. I'd like to encounter you, please. Talking about what we're going to do with the future of Talisman. As soon as we know what we're going to do, we'll shout about it. But until then, lips are sealed. Like, we can give little teasers and talk about what we're thinking about, but I don't want to get people's hopes up too much, if that makes sense. Like, we've learned from the deep sea that if we talk about something, people are like, well, we want that. No matter what we talk about, people are going to want it. Which is fine, like, it's not a bad thing. We just need to think about what we're going to be doing, and be careful with it, if that makes sense. Like, again, we don't want to get your hopes up, but we want whatever we do talk about to be something that you can get excited about. Like, I can definitely, like, this is the benefit of me being a one-man marketing team. Like, I know what I can talk about, and I know what's been said previously. I don't need to worry about anyone else saying anything, because it's only coming from me. So that's fine. Oh, why am I getting werewolfed and grim reapered? That's fine. As long as I don't die, that's fine. Alright. Let me just check something, because last time I didn't check and it made me look very foolish. Am I live on Talisman Digital Edition? Specifically the Steam page. Doesn't look like I am. I should be. See, all the other ones I can happily put together, but it's setting up the Steam streaming that I always have a problem with. I say always have a problem with. Occasionally have a problem with. Oh, I was offline, that's why. That makes sense. Nothing but professionalism here. Nothing but pure professionalism. Sorry dear, you guys are having not nice connections. I've had a couple of internet issues here as well. What I've found as a fix is setting up my mobile phone as a hotspot, putting that on the floor, and then connecting to that. Which isn't ideal, but it seems to work. So as long as I get the internet. Yeah, because the Wi-Fi router that I've got is directly below my office. So I think the distance, because my desktop is on my desk, so I think that extra, however tall the desk is enough for the Wi-Fi to just give out. So I just use my phone as like a little leapfrog, and it tends to work. So gotta do what you gotta do, hey? Alright, I'm missing a turn, so if anyone's got any interesting Talisman questions to ask while I'm sitting here drinking my tea, feel free to ask away. Happy to answer anything and everything, as long as I can. And anyone that's tuned into our streams before will know my policy on talking about stuff. If I can't talk about something for a reason, I'll at least be able to tell you why I can't talk about it. Alright. Ogre Chieftain versus Direwolf. That's alright. Yes, so I have the city, dungeon, highlands, dragon, blood moon, werewolf, and I think... can't remember what else I've got. Oh, Frostmarsh. Frostmarsh I've got enabled as well. Peanut butter and jelly, how very American. It's a little British alternative of a combination on toast pair of names would be Marmite and peanut butter. See, that is a good point. However, Marmite does have some connotations with it. Like, Marmite has that classic, either you love it or you hate it. And Marmite, as a project, I feel like it's not that divisive. I'm trying to think about it now. I've not a secret project that we're doing in terms of how divisive it would be. I think... Also, I entirely just missed my chance to... I entirely missed my chance to travel wherever I wanted. What would be your most memorable Talisman moment while playing your Nomad Games co-workers, and why? Are we talking digital or physical? Because there was... when was it? It was... what were we releasing? Oh, we were releasing the Nintendo Switch version of Talisman. And to promote it, we went to a local, well, I say local, we went to a number of different board game cafes up and down the UK. Yeah, I can say both if I like. I don't know why I'm being restricted on myself. Yeah, we went to a couple of board game cafes, some in Manchester, and then I think one in London. And the one in Manchester, it's a place called Fanboy 3, if you know it. We were downstairs playing some Talisman, and while we were playing, like, people would come up to us and go, "Oh, what are you playing?" And, "Oh, we're doing it to talk about Talisman, just interact with some Talisman fans." We let people know ahead of time if they want to play against us or anything. And we had a family come over, and it was parents and their young kid. And the dad was super interested. He was like, "Oh, I remember this game from like the 80s, and I've not played it in ages. What's it like now?" And at the time, I was having a awful game. Like, I died, I think, twice, and just kept getting toaded and losing all my stuff. So I was trying to explain to this guy how good the new version of Talisman is, and how fun it is, and how like, oh yeah, you know, it's a great game to pick up, play with your family. All while I was having the worst time ever, and I was just sat there like, yeah, it's really fun, really, really fun. So I had to put my best poker face on. In terms of playing with my co-workers, I remember when I first joined Nomad, so when anyone joins our team, we like to have them sit down and play our games, because that makes sense, right? So when I joined, I sat down and played a bunch of Talisman. I think out of all the games that we had, Talisman's the one I played the most. So when I first joined, I was like, similar out of 2-screen setup. I was basically doing work on one screen and then playing Talisman on the other. So I was playing Talisman on the other one, and because I had no idea what I was doing. I knew the basic idea of the game, but I didn't know like anything more than that. I didn't know much deeper than that. So I was playing it, and I was like, oh well, the aim of the game is to get the Crown of Command. That makes sense. I'll just do that. So from the start of the game, I was like, okay, well, I'll just go to the Crown of Command, and I just went for it. Like, I spent all the game trying to get into the inner region, and then as soon as I did, I was like, all right, Portal of Power, here we go. And then I proceeded to spend like 10, 15 turns trying to like bash my head against the Portal of Power, essentially, and eventually got through. Like, I think I had one possible, like, I needed to roll a 6 on strength or something ridiculous like that, and finally got through. And I was like, all right, I'm in. And then start to make my way to the Crown of Command. Was going through the mines, and then immediately got sent back because obviously I didn't have enough strength or craft to get anywhere. So I did that, and I think I turned to my boss Carl, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? The game told me to go to the Crown of Command, and I'm trying to get to the Crown of Command, and it's not working. And him thinking that, oh, you've not picked up a talisman, or you've got a warlock quest that you haven't given in or something. He was like, oh, you've probably, got stuck on trying to get your strength or craft high enough, and you want some advice. And he looked at what I'd done, and I explained what I'd done, and he was like, well, I think you've kind of misunderstood the point of the game. And then proceeded to spend the next 5 minutes explaining, no, you need to get your resources up first. You need to make sure that you can actually achieve it before you go for it. And that's how I learned how you can't just do a crown rush. Alright, what we got? Vapor Dragon and Winter Wolf. What have I actually got here? Details. If the Colonel is carrying an opposing character's strength, they must lose 1 life. How much strength have you got? Nothing. Okay, so I can try and go for the Winter Wolf. Were you aware of Talisman before joining Nomad? Vaguely. When I actually went to the interview for Nomad, before I went, I was like, oh, let's do some research into the company as you do, just so I know I don't go into the interview blind. And I was like, oh, okay, so they make a couple of different digital board games. And then I looked on my Steam account and I was like, oh, I own Talisman Digital Edition. I don't remember getting that. Like, I couldn't remember where I'd picked it up from. And then after I joined Nomad, it turned out that a while ago, they gave away a huge number of free copies of Talisman. Like, they just went a bit mad and gave everyone a Steam key. Like, I think it was to promote something. So I figured out that's probably where I got it from. So I was a little bit aware of it, but not like, oh my god, yeah, I know Talisman. Like, I'd never played it before I joined Nomad. Right, let's move the Grim Reaper. Let's put you on this one, my friend. Missed your next turn, not so bad. I'm gonna go here. Oh, I didn't even notice the Saracen was in jail. But yeah, hope that answers your question, Geeky Chappy. Dwarf is a viable rush character, by the way. Yeah, because you get a, I can't remember what kind of bonus do you get in the mines. I know that you get some kind of bonus. Doing all the expansions to a real board game can be a pain to deal with. Yeah. I've seen a couple of pictures over on the Talisman subreddit where people are like posting, oh, we're finally ready for game night. Like, we've got everything together. And yeah, it looks ridiculous. Alright, I'm now officially streaming over on Steam, which is what I wanted to do. And then I believe, yes, so back before I noticed something in the Steamworks backend where you can make it so that if you're streaming any of your games, it will appear on the developer homepage, and I've just checked and it's working, so I'm very happy about that. Right. Also, I've realised that the my ideal setup for playing Talisman streaming is to have 5 other players as AI, because it means that if I need to take the time to in the thumbnail for some ridiculous like $5 grand unboxings, who do I want to swap with? Let's go with you. Dwarf rolls only 2 die instead of 3 in mines, 1 dice to open portal. Yeah. You do still need to get a talisman though, right? Yes, I'll queue that up, please. Alright, what we got? Zombie Dragon. Lemur. Vapor Dragon. Bandits. Now, remind myself exactly how this mechanic works. Okay, so I can basically pick something else and bring it to me. So I'm gonna do it on this one. and then I get to encounter it. That's actually quite handy. Minimises the randomness that's in Talisman, I find is always a good thing. Yeah, I think I'm playing with most of the Legendary decks still on. I think I've turned off 1 or 2, but it just makes it a little bit more interesting, doesn't it? Like, I don't think I could play without the City Legendary deck at this point, because it just makes it so that the City isn't immediate, oh let's just go here, and there's no downside to going there. Like, it makes it a bit more of a decision, I guess. Right, so what we got? Also, was it just me, or was the werewolf had the Grim Reaper icon? I didn't imagine that, did I? That's very weird. I'll have to keep an eye out for that, because I don't think my mind's playing tricks on me, but it might be. And I don't... Still need Talisman, unless you defeat the Lord of Darkness at the end of the dungeon, but that usually requires even higher stats than getting through the inner region. As that inner region is the one in your current game, of course, no Talisman needed for that one. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can do it through the Lord of Darkness, but you need to already have some goods for that. I can clip it if you like. Please do, because I need to know if my mind's playing tricks on me. I very much need to know if my mind's playing tricks on me. Also, thanks everyone for tuning in. I remember when we first started, I say we, the royal we, when I first started streaming here on the Nomad Twitch, we'd get about 8 people on average, and you know, for a tiny little development team that we are here at Nomad, it's quite nice to just chill and chat with you guys in the community. Like, I've not got a streaming background. I hadn't done it until I joined Nomad, so it's quite nice just to be very nicely welcomed, and to have all you guys support us. It's really appreciated. Are you serious with special title for beating devs? Oh, this was just a joke. A bit half and half. I think having that as a requirement would be just a bit too much, but it's a fun idea, right? Just came home from work, so it's nice to have a chill hangout. Good. That's what I'm aiming for. Like, generally when I play games, I like to do it very chill. Like, I don't play a lot of multiplayer online games for that reason, because I just like to have a nice chill time. So I want you all to have a nice chill time as well. Right, now we need to remember how this works. Players may choose to encounter the dragon scale instead of the space or another character. The scale belongs to the current Dragon King, they must encounter it. Players draw a card from the respective dragon deck and add to the space and then encounter all cards now on the space. Okay, so that is a Grilpus scale, and he's not the current Dragon King. Turn around, character draw 2 dragon tokens at the start of the turn, so only 1 dragon token, then discard this card. Okay, cool. Owning every expansion of the physical game, I was happy when the digital version came along, as it is physically impossible to play with all the cards from all the expansions at once. The pile of adventure cards would be about 2 foot high if you could actually get them to stay together, and impossible to shuffle. Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, once you get to a certain number of cards, it just gets ridiculous. Like, yeah, just taking out the shuffling